Today we have a M720 triathlon Logitech mouse. It has a problem with the right click and it doesn't work properly. Sometimes it clicks, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it clicks on its own. We're going to have to replace the switch. So we're going to have to disassemble this, and since we're disassembling it, we're also going to wash it. First, we'll go ahead and make sure that the mouse is off. We'll remove the battery, take out the USB so that we don't accidentally drop it somewhere. We then have 2 screws in the back, and there's, I think, 2 screws under here. So we're going to have to remove the skid. Remember, again, every time when you remove these skids, you probably should have new ones to replace these, because you can't always get them off nicely, and if they don't come off nicely, then they're not going to also go back nicely. So we'll try to remove it nicely and try to get it back on, but that's not entirely certain. Now we need to replace this thing, which means that this needs to come off, this part. The nice thing about this particular design is that if you only need to wash this upper part, you can leave all of the electronics except for the side buttons in the bottom part, which you then probably don't need to wash other than a little wipe on the bottom. We'll then proceed to take apart the side buttons. If you're just going to replace one of the keys, you can then jump ahead. There we go. Since this isn't that badly dirty, we can just wash this as is. Otherwise, you would have to take all of these out. And we may still have to do that depending on how the wash comes out. This can be washed as one unit. Then we have here, 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 and here, and here. A screw. Also note, there are two springs here, like in many other Logitech mice, and they may fall out, and if you lift them up, they come out. So if you find one of these tiny springs, they belong in the front part here. And then we can finally take out these two screws here. So now we are able to desolder these and get the microswitch out. And we're going to take a microswitch out of another Logitech mouse and replace it here, which I'm going to show. If you already have a microswitch, you can just skip that part and then go directly into soldering this into its place. But now we'll go ahead and wash the parts. Since there's very little need to do this one, we're not going to. We'll only do this one. Also, this mouse has been coated with that rubbery coating, so it may go bad, in which case you will need some isopropyl alcohol. We'll try without it first, with just water and soap. Here we go, we're done. Just going to rinse this and put it to dry, and then we'll tackle the electronics. Here is our donor board, an MX510, and we're going to just remove the right click from that. Here we have the removed set of keys. Now we make sure that our replacement part is the same as the old one, and the pins are exactly in the same place, and the button is in the exact same place on the other side. Good. Then we just need to remove this, and then we can put this in its place. There we go, all replaced. Now we need to check on this thing. There's still some stuff here. So this needs to go in the ultrasonic cleaner. The top side needs to dry a little bit. And once we have this done, we can then assemble it all. There we go. Now this is all clean. The top part also seems clean. No weird discolorations. So we'll just go ahead and put this back together. it turns on. Now we just need to test it with the machine to make sure that the keys actually work. But that's pretty much it. If this has been helpful for you, please click like. In any case, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.